So I've had a lot of questions regarding the price of homes right now. And Cool Water here in Jarrell, Texas might just be your answer with their low base price and excellent incentives. They could be your way of getting into your next home. I'm Jennifer Torres, and I'm here at Cool Water with Abigail. She is the main sales rep. I don't know what you are.
New home consultant.
So
we have two new home consultants in this community. I'm the one, I've been in this neighborhood the longest. So we only opened in October, so we're a little bit new to the community.
Okay.
But I'm over here, and then Casey is over here. He just joined the team this week. So that's why I'm on camera.
And we'll get Casey out here to say hi at some point in this video. So I wanted to introduce you to Abigail because she is the expert of everything regarding In My Homes in Cool Water. So Abigail, first off, tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we can move on to the community.
Yeah, so I am from Central Texas. I was born in Georgetown and I was raised in Florence. So if anybody knows, Florence is a hop, skip, and a jump away. Funny thing too, we played Jarrell in sports. And when they told me you're gonna go sell in Jarrell, I'm like, I know Jarrell. And I got here and I was like, wow, Jarrell's a lot bigger than Florence. So a lot more growth has happened here. But yeah, both my parents work in new construction. My dad has a custom cabinet company. So I grew up on the job sites with him and have a good respect for the people who build our houses and work outside to make it happen. And then my mom has always worked for builders as well, and she is on site for a competitor. So I'm not going to tell you who. But yeah, so this was kind of I just kind of ended up in this job, and I really love it. And I've seen a lot of happiness through this, and it's been very rewarding to get to sell houses. So
I love that. And the fact that we're both native is crazy.
Yeah, like you never see anybody that's truly from here. Everyone's like, well, I've lived here for 5 years. I'm like, where'd you come back from before?
Yeah.
You know, but
I've had somebody just recently tell me, well, I've been here 15 years, so I'm kind of a native. And I'm like,
No, we love you. We accept everybody, but it is different. So
it is. What's great about that is that, you know, having two native Texans, not only Texans, but in this area, because I'm from Austin, we, you know, have such a big knowledge about like the space and what this area brings to you and your family. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about your community here in Cool Water and the amenities that are in this neighborhood.
Yeah, so Cool Water has been around for a while. So technically we are a part of this, the Sonterra neighborhood. So Sonterra, that section butts right up to I-35. And as you work your way back, you get to the newest section of the community, which they've called Cool Water. In this section, we have a brand new amenity center that is officially opening this summer. They finished it right after the last summer season ended, so no one got to swim in the pool. But this summer, that is officially opening. We have Playscape there, as well in the neighborhood in the Sonterra section, which all of our homeowners have access to those amenities. There is a swimming pool, there is Playscapes, a basketball court, and even a BMX bike track.
That is nuts.
Yes. I have a homeowner interested in it, so I'm like, when you go out there, please let me come. I want to record you and have proof that, you know, that you can do it. So. But yeah, the neighborhood's super large, and it's just a great place to be. One of the things we've talked about is that we're kind of still in the country a little bit too.
Yeah, and that's where I grew up. My heart is a little bit on the outskirts of a city. So if that's something that you're looking for, I think honestly, eventually everything's gonna connect. I mean, that's how it's been going, right?
Yeah.
But if that's what you're looking for to get that piece of the country for yourself, but while still staying in a subdivision and having those neighbors around you, this is an excellent community for that. So let's talk about the actual homes. I know that you have inventory homes and you have homes that you can customize in a way for your clients. So let's talk about that.
So breaking them up into two categories. We have our inventory homes. Those are homes that I have expertly picked the floor plan, the design options, and we have started construction on them. So that's for, maybe people that are looking to get into a home a little bit faster. So lease is ending soon, we've got to make a move. And those homes we've already started construction on. Those are also homes where we have incentives a little bit more pointed towards the interest rate as well. And so with those, our interest rate incentives, we buy them in these big bulk packages and we chop them up. And then we can guarantee a rate normally for a couple of months. So in regards to be built houses, those are ones where you can come in, you can pick the lot, you can pick the floor plan, the elevation. Your elevation is the face of your house. And then you get to pick your interior design options as well as structural options. So do you want a shower or do you want a bathtub? Do you want a bay window or no bay window? Covered patio, no covered patio? So that's where you can kind of take a little bit more time to customize the house to yourself, but it also allows you to control the price because you truly are picking what are those significant important things in your house. If we are doing a to be built, it takes about 6 months to build.
That was my next question.
Yeah, so from the time you sign the contract, it's roughly about 6 months. I have sold new construction for long enough that I will never tell you it's exactly 6 months. Normally, whenever I sell a to be built, I always say, okay, we're projecting an August move-in, but be ready to close in July or be okay with closing in September. Mm-hmm. The further we get along in construction, the better our kind of time frame narrows down. So normally we are a couple months in, I can say, okay, we're definitely gonna hit this month. Then it narrows in a little bit more. Okay, this is kind of the week time frame we're thinking for closing.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so inventory homes, how many do you have about?
So right now we have 9 homes that are either just right at completion or a couple weeks away. We're kind of fine tuning the last few things. But pretty much we have 9 homes that are ready to close in about 30 days, which is great. We have another 6 homes that are getting foundation next week, which is super exciting.
Wow.
And so that means those are probably going to be finished probably June, July. So perfect if you're looking for a summer move. Mm-hmm. And then we have a lot of homes that are on paper ready to get started. So normally with us and with a lot of builders, as I sell a house, we start another house. So we like to have a really good kind of like consistent flow of new inventory homes coming in because we know people need to move quickly, but then also we don't want to build out the whole thing and not let people have a choice if they do want to be a little bit picky and build. So,
mm-hmm. So with the to be built homes, how many do you have roughly for lots to be chosen for that?
So in the current section that we have 60 lots. We have a few that are sold, then we have our inventory under construction. Right now, I think we have around 30 empty lots that can be picked and chosen from. We do have another section that's coming. So once we sell through most of this section, we'll have another 60 lots available.
Okay.
So whenever you come, we should have home sites to choose from. Right now, I have home sites that back up to a green belt. It's a green belt right now. So we know we've been around.
Never guarantee.
We know. So I'm like, you back up to cows right now, but in a couple years, And then we have some more interior lots, and then we have some lots that do back up to one of the detention ponds. So we have a detention pond, a couple in the community. That's just for water overflow if it rains a lot, which doesn't really rain too much over here, so you're not really too concerned with it.
We'll get some rain in the next few months.
Yeah, it's going to be good. But yeah, and then we have some that back up to one of the county roads as well. So the ones that back up to the county roads, those have a little bit of a nicer, stronger fence. And that is a lot of good help for any road noise, which it's a county road, so we're not seeing too much road noise from that.
Okay. My other question was, what size lots do you have here?
So we have 40-foot lots here. There's a couple lots that might be a few feet bigger, but it's a flat 40-foot. Most of my lots are anywhere from 115 feet deep to about 130 feet deep. I do have a few home sites that are in a cul-de-sac, which means it's a little bit more narrow in the front and it pies out in the back. With those lots, you're getting a lot more land. So my largest one that I have, I think it's not quite a quarter of an acre, but it's like 0.2 acres,
okay,
which is
just about there.
It was just pretty good for, a neighborhood like this. So
great. So let's talk about the steps that it takes for somebody to actually get started with getting into an In My Home.
Mhm.
Obviously, the first step is to meet with us.
Yes, call her
Call
first,
me.
then she's gonna call me, and then you can come. Yeah, so steps to come in. So obviously, you wanna call your wonderful realtor, Jennifer, and then she's gonna text me and say, hey, we're gonna come out and visit you, and I'm gonna be fully ready to go because she's gonna know what y'all are looking for, and we're gonna have a really good appointment and good visit. But I would say the first big step is coming in. Let's come in, let's kind of talk about what you are looking for, and then I will help guide you and make sure that we're finding the right match. I always think people are a little scared to go into model homes. They're like, oh my gosh, I don't want to go in and bother her. I'm not going to buy a house today. And I'm like, no, let's chat. Let's see if we've got something. We have 10 different floor plans here, and they're a big range of sizes, 1,000 square feet all the way up to 25 or 2,400 square feet. So we have a huge range of sizes that can accommodate, you know, a single person or a big family.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, narrowing down what house we want, we have homes to walk through, then we can kind of talk about what your timeline is too. One of the things that I really like about MI Homes and MI Financial specifically, so MI Financial is our in-house lender that we have, they have something called the Welcome Home Club with them. And so the Welcome Home Club is kind of a credit improvement program as well. I always like to highlight it because it's not necessarily somebody who necessarily needs to improve their credit, but I've had a lot of people choose to do, hey, I'm going to do a to-be-built because if I can bump my score up 10 points, I can be a whole new bracket and get a whole better interest rate, and things like that. So obviously come in, we're going to talk, we're going to see what is going to be good for you. And then once we kind of figure out, yep, I think this is a good fit, we'll make sure that we run a few numbers too, because the big topic lately is monthly payment. So what's my monthly payment? I always like to run monthly payments with people. Not first part of the step, but early in the process, just to make sure that, hey, we are on the right track. We obviously have interest rate incentives and things like that, so that can definitely help put people in a good buying position. And then as long as that's good, then we'll say, hey, let's get a pre-qualification. We have a short application. It's about 10 minutes. That is for MI Financial, which a lot of our incentives are tied to using MI Financial. But you'll fill that out. And then our loan officers, we have somebody that works every weekend. So they're obviously working weekdays. We have weekend workers. They are going to review your application and they're going to call you. Whether it is just an easy approved or maybe we have some questions, they're always going to make sure that they build that connection to you, because you are important to all of us on the team. And we want to make sure too that they are available to answer questions. I've had a lot of situations too where, hey, we've got questions that I can't answer because I'm not a loan officer and I don't know. Pick up the phone, put them on speaker, and we're having a big group conversation to go over stuff. After you're pre-qualified, the last step is you saying that you're ready to go. And then we sign a contract.
The fun stuff.
Yeah, then it's exciting. It's a big step.
You get
It's
to pick
exciting.
your house.
Yeah, then we get to pick all the things. Whenever we sign a contract here, we do take an earnest money deposit. The deposit that we take is $5,000 in the community. What we do is we just hold on to that money and it gets applied towards your down payment at closing. So it's a good faith deposit, just saying if we're going to build a house for you, or if you're going to buy an inventory home, it comes off the market, that we all have skin in the game to make sure that we close. So
yeah, definitely. I like what you said about people being afraid to come into the model homes. I think sometimes you feel like it's just a little bit overwhelming. First off, the model homes are beautiful, and you're going to see that because we have tours. Yeah, and if you can see anything in this picture here, but first off, it's fun, and second, when you get a sales representative who doesn't necessarily really care about your needs, it's a lot harder and it seems to be intimidating. But when you have a consultant like Abigail, it's just really heartfelt, and it feels like we're really going for you, because that is our goal. Like, our goal as a realtor is your fiduciary, but also Abigail's goal is to help you get what you really need, not only for your monthly payments, but the lifestyle that you're looking for.
Mhm.
Well, great. Let's also talk a little bit more about the incentives.
So our incentives are always different for inventory and to be built. And it's just kind of because the timeline for completion. So
Hey friends! So the incentives you're about to hear are no longer valid. Incentives change regularly, and I wanted to leave them in because this is just an example of the incentives that MI Homes offer. Since these are in the past and the video was in the past, please give me a call if you have any questions regarding current incentives. I'd be happy to help. Thanks so much for getting this far into the video, and now back to our interview.
right now for our inventory incentives, we're offering a fixed rate of 5.375 for FHA, and we have an 01 buy down, which means the first year we are buying your interest rate down by a whole point. So that means the first year of your mortgage, it's a 4.375 interest rate, and then year 2 through 30, it's that 5.375 rate. We are also offering up to 6% towards closing cost. So that would pay for closing cost if you want to do a bigger buy down and buy down 2 years, things like that. So those are for inventory homes.
Before we move on
Yes.
to the other one, so the 6% is the 6% of the actual sales price, correct?
Yes, 6% of the sales price. So
And-
that's,
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
oh, I was going to say, so normally the closing costs, I normally tell people to budget about 2.5% to 3% to go towards, or to be the closing cost, I guess. Like that's kind of the average cost of closing cost.
Okay. And then you were going to say about the to be built.
Yes, so for to be built right now, we are offering $15,000 to go towards design options. So that would be like covered patio, adding, a higher level flooring in your house, things like that. So more of the design pieces. And then we're also offering up to 6% to go towards closing costs for that as well. So whenever you are building a to be built, like I said, it takes about 6 months. So I can't make any guarantees on what that interest rate is going to be in 6 months.
Mhm.
Obviously, we hope it's better than what it is today, but we're trying to make sure we're giving you a big bucket of money to use to buy down that interest rate. So I have a really good firsthand story about a to be built and using my big bucket of money to buy my interest rate down. I built my house 2 years ago, and obviously they couldn't guarantee an interest rate because it took a little bit to build it. And so the day that I was supposed to lock in my interest rate for my closing, rates were 7.125, which is very familiar for what we're living in right now. And so I took a huge chunk of that money and I used it to lower my interest rate. So I was able to buy my rate down to a 5.99, which is really good compared to a 7.125. I had done a lot of math to see, okay, how much does this save me? Is it worth the money? All that good stuff. And it saved me like $300 to $400 per month, which is huge savings every single month. So that's why for us, we know that buying your interest rate down can really put you in a whole new price range bracket, honestly. And that gives a lot of people a lot more monthly payment relief. And so give you this big bucket of money, and then we are going to help you use it in the best way possible.
Yeah. That's a great story. I honestly really think that that's just what's great about new builds in general, that, you have these incentives in order to, because they can't do anything to actually lower the interest rates, right? The interest rates are what they are, but the incentives can definitely help you get into your home at a lower rate and then be able to not worry about, these high monthly prices. We were talking about monthly prices earlier. So worrying about those high monthly prices. We want you to not only get into a house, but to enjoy being there and enjoy your lifestyle, whatever that is. If that's, continuing to travel, or if you have kids who are in extracurriculars, because those are expensive, whatever it is, we want you to be comfortable. Well, Abigail, that was so great.
Yes.
Thanks so much for spending the time.
Of course.
And so if you're wanting to come by for a private tour, get in touch with me and we can set something up. We can also go to your website.
Yes, so if you go to mihomes.com and search Cool Water, you will find us. Our website has a ton of information on there. It has all of our floor plans. Soon we're gonna have virtual tours on there as well. They're getting filmed on Monday. So,
nice.
Well, I guess depending on when you film this, end of February, they're getting filmed. And so super excited about that. And then just lots of information. We have lot premiums on our website as well. So if you go to the community map, you can see exactly what the lot premiums are and then the available home sites as well. And then obviously we're over here in Jarrell. So if you happen to stop by, make sure you tell me that Jennifer is your realtor, because we want to make sure that she is included in the process, and we appreciate her and everything.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much. And let's also introduce you to Casey.
Hey everyone, recently promoted to the new home consultant chair out here in Cool Water, so really excited to be here and can't wait to meet you. Please come and see us soon.
Thanks so much. Bye.
Bye.